good question. There's been a lot of academic research on this that basically says no, it over time doesn't have much of an effect. And my caveat to that is that it's almost never the case that in the moment those types of actions are trying to have an overtime effect. They're trying to change something in the moment. I believe very strongly that some targeted assassinations make more sense and some make no sense at all. And it tends to be very, very operational. These two instances are very, very different. They're the polar ends of the spectrum. The one Fuad Shukr is extremely operational. And again, no single point of failure, but taking out Fuad Shukr will make a difference. Not to Hezbollah's ability to continue to fire 150,000 rockets, not to the Radwan's ability to, regular, not special forces currently surrounding Metula, where I was a week and a half ago. None of that in the moment, but very, very, very significant in lots of ways, not least of which is that he was responsible for basically all of the sophisticated weapons systems, the surface to sea, the precision guided missiles, the drones, all of that. But it mostly because after Ahmad Mughniya was killed in 2008, after Mustafa Badruddin was killed a few years later in Syria by Iran, by the way, not by the Israelis, Hezbollah started having this kind of Islamic Jihad leadership by committee with Fuad Shukr first among equals, and Shukr was the key person to the Iranians. And so that was a very critical thing. On the Hamas side, again, I think the common denominator here is Ismail Haniyeh from a political side was, again, the key interlocutor with the Iranians. Iran has now lost two of its key personnel that it was comfortable working with. And Ismail Haniyeh's assassination is not intended to have a change within Hamas, certainly not operationally. It's just supposed to say we're holding people accountable for those who are involved in October 7th, and we're striking at the relationship between Iran and its proxies. It's a message more than anything else. As a message, I think it will be effective. As an operational impact, Fuad Shukr's will be effective. Long term, even short term, neither of them is going to undermine Hezbollah or Hamas.
Look, just quickly on the Haniyeh side, because I mean, yes, maybe long term, I don't know, we can debate this, but these decisions are not made with a long term in view. They're made in a specific context. And right now, I would say there are three contexts that the Haniyeh killing would impact. One is obviously the question of accountability that the Israelis have been consistent about since October 7th. But two is an internal Israeli context. My conversation with Israelis over the last couple of months show a change in the public attitude there from a sense of momentum that we had earlier this year to almost a sense that of stalemate, and some even Israelis who I've talked to basically say we're losing this war. I think this helps reshape some of this particular narrative. But also on the other side, Hamas has also been pushing a narrative that they are winning this war, and this will be a big blow to this narrative.